Well, it is all over. Bese kamamindlela esigodi bathi emnyama ngenkani emhlophe ngenhliziyo. Unfortunately, they succumbed to the defeat to Sekhukhune United in their fight to try and win the league or run after Imamelodi Sundowns. Sekhukhune 1 and Orlando Pirates 0. This is a bitter, not sweet. It's actually sour for Orlando Pirates, considering that they're coming from a loss with CAF Champions League when they were trying to get into the finals, and then now they lose again with Betway Premiership, of which lamathemba abo. But I believe ithemba lisekhona. This is my views, my expressions. Makuthi waqala ukushoyina, please do subscribe, share, utshela nabangazi ukuthi we are here and sikuphathele okungaphathwa abaningi. Ngelami igama usiboniso Sizo wakamnikazi Sibonge, and on my right I've got Coach Mphela.
Yadli plamba.
Yeah, what's up?
Grand hamba njani?
Well, ukube kunenkinga ngabe usuzwile. We just witnessed another disappointment for ama Buccaneers.
Yeah, very, very big disappointment. And then for me, it's just recurring from the Champions League. Psychologically, the players are not okay. Psychologically, the coach seems to have cramped the subs. And also the way in terms of prioritization and in terms of planning, the coach was thinking about the game on Saturday when you're looking at his lineup. So now the chance of the league, okay, so I already said the league is gone. I said it on November, fine. But now the dent is even more. So now it's very difficult for them. They might also lose on Saturday when they're going to the derby. I mean, I won't be surprised if Barrett lose, because it seems like even the coach is just confused, because the coach keeps on making the very same mistakes. The mistakes that he made in Egypt are the very same mistakes that he made today. And then, unfortunately, he lost narrowly, though. So, yeah, hard luck for the Pirate. They will try next season.
They say when it rains, it pours, and you talk about the mistakes and the mentality of the players, and you talk about the game that is coming of Saturday, which is a big game. It's always a derby, but they will go to that game without their usual defender at the back, CBC, through the red card that he got today.
Yeah, so more and more problems. That's why I'm saying I won't be surprised if they lose, because now they won't be having Usbis. Now it means they will be having Utogi again. And remember, even the last time Utogi didn't have the good game. So now you substitute, you start with Tumako, because now you're trying to protect. Then now you need to bring him back. So now it means if you're not stabilized at the back, those leadership qualities that are being provided by Usbis, it means now you are short. So, okay, Makaula didn't play, because Makaula is going to play the derby. But now you can see that there are problems. You try to give the chance to Undlo. Pirate in the second half, they were just confused. They were outclassed tactically by Sekhukhune, because they were not doing anything. I don't remember saves from that guy, who's that guy, Lass or something. I don't remember any save from especially second half. So second half, Pirate was nowhere to be seen. First half, Sekhukhune was nowhere to be seen. Pirate was all over them. So Pirate basically, this time around, they approach a game with the 4-2-3-1, starting with Abo Dlamini and Abo Mbatha. So what they were doing, there were too many left footers in the field of play. As a result, the game was only playing on the left, and the game was not playing on the right. You were only seeing Ushand when he's just overlapping once or twice, less than 5 times in the whole 45 minutes. The ball was always playing on the left. Pirate tried a combination. They were going centrally. They were also wanting to find the space behind the defense. They were using Hoto too much. And then Mfukeng was playing a C10 and then trying to do a Malinka play with a reference point, which was Mahopa. And then they created my chances. And then, but Skokun, as time went by, they reverted from E 4-2-3-1, and then they just went with a 5-4-1 towards the end of the half, or a 5-1-3-1. And then after that, Pirates started not to have those opportunities, and then frustration crept in, and then that's why we saw Pirates now trying to shoot or to shoot outside the box. Most of the time they were trying to shoot outside the box. Now we could see, okay, they are frustrated. Then on the other side, Skokun and so on, they were not playing anything. First half, the only thing they were doing, they were just wanting to find Umahal. That day on Ramal, on the right hand side, there was nothing. Umahaile, that guy, today was nowhere to be seen because he was always defending, because Uhota was always there. The yellow cards because Uhota was just a don.
Can you correct that? He was nowhere to be seen. He was there to be seen at the back.
I mean, offensively. But that guy usually.
I thought he had a brilliant game.
Yes, brilliant game, yes. He was having a brilliant, yes.
But he was not overlapping.
Yes, he was not overlapping because yeah. So of which on the other side, who is this guy? The one that is playing a right back, that is came in the place of Utens van Rooyen.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Yeah, that guy, man. That guy, rusty, very rusty. And then now,
wouldn't it be because you say because you speak about him, you saw the opportunities that he got on the first half, similar opportunity that was granted to Sales Gulia Game Santos, where you just need to finish it off, and then he just over the bar.
They overcooked. But to be honest with you, Pirate got chances. Mahopa got a chance.
Yeah.
Mbogazi got a chance. I forgot who else. Oh, Mbata also got a chance, although it was just maybe 50-60 foot. But I think there were maybe 3 or 4 chances where Pirate should have just buried the game. But it wasn't to be. And then now they find themselves in a rough situation. Now, then they need to pick themselves up. And then, but looking at Eric Tinkler now, second half, you change everything. Because sometimes you are approaching game with he was playing a 4-2-3-1, and then sometimes, and then second half just played 3-4-3 in the beginning of the half. Sometimes reverting to 4-5-1, and then making sure that now going with the transition, and then it was very easy for them. They were just taking the ball, pretending as if they're building up. They go to the right. The old Pirate comes to the right, and then after that, they switch the balls towards Mahal. They do the thing first time, second time, third time, fourth time. I don't know why Pirate couldn't see that. Now that's where you saw that Ushandu couldn't cope anymore. Now Ushandu was no longer found high up the pitch because the Pirate was desperate for goals. Now Pirate was playing with the back 3 where there was Umago, Sbisi, Nolokuzan, Nombogas, because Ushandu was supposed to always add the numbers to the box. Okay, Pirate sometimes they tried, especially first half, they were fluid too much. It's just that they were playing on speed, and then on the second half, the subs, they just messed up. For Pirate, they messed up everything. There was no cohesion, no telepathy between the players. The movement, the one that we saw first half, there was too much mobility because the defense of Skokuna United was just confused because there was a lot of movement, especially in the first half. But second half, they grew to the game, especially when they defended with the 5. They grew to the game, and then that was just about it. And then Skokune, they just got that pressure because even before that goal is that Makhalwa. That's why I said even before the game, around 7 minutes, I said just give Makhalwa the man of the match because the guy deserved the man of the match because but he ran too much. He was running too much.
I think he eventually ran out of petrol. But But another thing that I noticed with this game, Coach Tintler planned a lot around Magalo. Hence, we are saying that even on the first half, what was happening is that there was not too much ball being played on the right-hand side, but everything was coming from the side of Magalo. Hence, we saw that very first opportunity where he made Usibisi to eat the grass, and then Usibisi decided thinking and then he got a yellow card. Same Magalo on the second half on the other side. The same thing to Usibisi, and then Usibisi now managed to pull him by hand and gets another yellow. So there was a lot of planning around Magalo. But you do touch on the issue of the substitutions from the Orlando Pirates. We saw the triple sub that was made at once, where we also saw Maswanganye, was it Dlanto, was it Mabasa? So we saw those subs, and one would think, Pirates now they're trying to get something because of immobility ka Tito Maswanganye being able to be a team player.
Wow.
What do you mean, what?
The very same thing I was saying. The mistakes that were made in Egypt are the very same mistakes. Why are you taking out Umbata? Umbata Baba was commanding that midfield because Udlamini was shadowed by Umbata.
Yeah.
Because Umbata was just a defensive midfielder able to play the ball from the left to right, unlike Udlamini where he was always playing it on the right. We saw winning many duels Umbata in the middle of the park. And then when you're taking him out, then you bring Ulo Kuzan, Undlondlo. Undlondlo, the intensity of the game is there. Undlondlo doesn't keep up with the intensity. You bring in Ulo Kuzan, Maswangai. Then I will ask you now, what did he do? What did he do? Nothing. Zero. Man, I didn't see anything. I only saw that one pass where he passed Mfukeng, that overhead kick. That's the only thing I saw. So, Maswangai, they dropped the tempo. You have Maswangai, but you're still playing with high intensity. How are you going to score? How are you going to create? Parrot was just confused. When they reached the final third, they didn't even know what to do. Because now, as I said earlier, that there is no cohesion, no telepathy, no plan. Now you can't see. First half, you were seeing what was Parrot trying to do. After coach has spoken to Mfukeng, there's a traffic here in the midfield. Just go and overload the left and then take those diagonal balls to the box. Take those balls to the box. Second half, you couldn't see that. Now, Eric Tinker is reading because Ulanga was having a problem, was having a nightmare because Unkota was busy taking...
Kota was frying pancakes.
Yeah, Unkota was taking me inside, outside, and then after that, coach could see, okay, there's a problem because Unyamba, for me, he was having problem, especially first half defensive. Ulanga he was not on the game because Ulanga maybe overlapped once, but you couldn't see him. We were only seeing Umakhala tracking back. So then that was just about it.
Yeah. Then let's escort.
Eric Tinkler wafakule Letlapa. Once there was Letlapa there on the left back, and then after that it was quiet. It was nothing on the right, nothing on the left, because even Umakhaila, he was just making sure that he was able to close Mfukeng. Yeah, so defensive, very organized, very good shifting. 6, 3, 1, 5, 4, 1, 4, 5, 1,
Yeah, you sound very excited. Nevertheless, Pirates have 7 games to go. Mamelodi Sundowns has about how many? 5 games to go. So that is to say, there is still hope on anything that can happen with league.
Now we want me to be monotonous. Pirate doesn't have depth. They will struggle when they have to jungle between the league and the CAF. On top of that, the PSL, they decided to let the Pirates to have more games in hand. Now there's a pressure.
They're going to play 4 games in the space of 11 days.
Yeah, 12 days or something.
Yeah.
Pressure. They can't sustain it. They didn't. No depth. Then I will see. The league is gone. Now you can't even tell me that if it happens that maybe you don't see Usbis, or now there is no space, we don't see Uqogi, who is going to play there. Now you don't know. Ushandu, you can see that Ushandu is rusty.
Well, good people, that's just about it. So this is my views and my expressions and everything that he said. It his views, not mine. Please stay there. Subscribe, share, we are here and from me, we are out of here.
Ufuna ngithini, ufuna ngithi?